if I read a history book, that meant I could go back in time. If I read a fantasy book, that meant I could go to magical kingdoms.
So tell us what inspired you. This is your first young adult novel. Tell us what inspired you to write a young adult novel.
Well, I've always written for older teens, and it just occurred to me that I had a story I wanted to tell that could benefit some younger children. And I think about being that age and not seeing this sort of story, and I would say, hey, I have a platform, I have an idea, let's do this, and maybe I can get into the minds of some children when they're younger and give them a good time on the page.
Case. But as we were going into our teen years, all of a sudden it's not cool to read, it's not cool to write. And particularly in my neighborhood, I was told that's not something that black boys do. These are from people who are my quote-unquote friends.
So you've spoken to our students this morning. What's the one important message that you want to deliver today?
The most important thing I want them to do is to not listen to the negative people in their lives. Like if they have some sort of desire, whatever their pursuit is, it doesn't have to be writing. It could be music, art, math, science, whatever that thing is. I know that more than likely someone will tease them and tell them they shouldn't do that thing, and I want them to not listen to those people. I had people like that in my life, and if I listened to them, I wouldn't be here right now.
So far, I've been inspired to really try to promote literacy in my school through different ways and also continue writing.
Do you have any ideas about what you're going to take back to your school to promote literacy? Do you have some ideas of some things you're going to do at your school?
Yes, we've brainstormed some ideas. We have thought about doing a book cover competition and having our literacy club judge it and pick a winner. I would tell them that reading is a great experience. You can learn a lot from reading, see the world through different people's viewpoints, and also if you're reading fiction especially.
So tell me one thing today that you've learned through the sessions that you are going to take back and implement in your middle school to promote literacy.
One thing that I'm going to do is I really liked when we were doing like the action plans in the literacy team. And like all the action plans that my school has talked about, I'm gonna take it to my school and we're gonna try to like talk about literacy all around our school. An activity I'm gonna do would probably be the door decorating contest. We thought it would be a really good idea for us to do door decorating and like decorate the doors based on a book of the school's choice. Like they're gonna volunteer to do this book and then they're gonna decorate the doors.
What is one thing from the guest speakers that has inspired you today?
She really inspired me. She's really into writing and reading, and like everything is like along with reading, like you have to read to do math, like you have to read the problem very carefully, and like you have to read to do almost every single subject. I would probably like talk to them and tell them, oh, literacy can help you like learn. It's part of almost your everyday life.
It was my first year teaching at Madelon last year, so my first year at the conference. And they came up with a great idea to walk to the elementary school down the road. It's the Sexton Elementary. We kind of brainstormed of what would get kids to read a little bit more in middle school. And I said, well, getting out of class might help. So we kind of brainstormed, but we had the elementary school down the road and they thought, well, what if we bring books with us or read to the first graders at the school down there? So we arranged that, walked down and read, and we had about 30 students sign up and they were very excited. We decided
conference this year.
One idea, we really liked the book cover contest. So have a contest to redesign a book cover, have any student that wanted to decorate it, and then maybe display the best ones or vote, have some kind of prize. We really like that this year. Talking to these students, they have really gone with their ideas, especially in the literacy room, like the literacy team room. They enjoy talking about it, they enjoy sharing their ideas, and they're actually excited to come back and talk to our librarian and our students about the ideas that they had here. So we really enjoyed listening to Lamar Giles and his story of how he got inspired to write. So they really liked listening to him as well.
Was I nervous or scared of my first interview? Probably. I don't remember what my first interview was. During college I had an internship at a magazine, so I could kind of make sure I really liked what I was doing, and then when I graduated that turned into a job at the magazine. But you know what I will say?
So tell us why it's so important for you to come and present to the middle school students today.
Well, I personally love to read, and so to have anything to do with the next generation of readers and writers, I'm all about that because I'm going to be reading their work one day. When I was a girl, my mom taught elementary school, and a treat for us was buying a book. We went to the library every week, and those are some of my best memories, and it really formed a habit that has stayed with me my whole life. I have a book in my car right now. I'm always reading. It's such a great hobby. It can take you anywhere and everywhere. So to just learn from the students and share with them what I've learned is really an honor.
What do you think one of the best skills for the students to have when it comes to reading and writing? What's one skill you would recommend that they continue to practice?
Such a good question. I would say read your writing out loud. If you have trouble reading your writing, then you probably need to do some rewriting. Literacy sets the foundation for anything. A college professor once told me, if you can read, then you can learn anything. So regardless of what career you want to have, what you want to do with your life, you have to be able to read to improve, and you have to be able to write to communicate what you know.
And what's one piece of inspiration you would give to the students that you hope they walk away with today?
My biggest tip for the students is to follow your curiosity. You don't just have to be interested in reading textbooks and writing reports. There are so many forms of literature. It could be a poem, song lyrics, a comic strip, a restaurant menu, whatever sparks your interest. Look into that, follow that curiosity, and ask lots of questions.